Audi S4 with problems. Audi A3, super nice, also with problems. Audi A8L with problems. Audi S6, fortunately no problems. And I also have a $100,000 Audi e-tron. You could say I'm an Audi guy, but I'm really starting to lose faith in Audi. I'm starting to not just lose faith, starting to really dislike Audi as a product in general. It is so frustrating to be an Audi owner, and I own 5 of them right now. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you why I used to love Audi and why I'm starting to hate them now. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. It's kind of a frustrating video. Let's get going. Today you're gonna see a guy you haven't seen in quite some time. If you've been a fan for a long time of this channel, we're gonna go see German. We haven't seen German in a long time. German is gonna help me with some German cars. So welcome to Flying Wheels. I own a small car dealership because I love cars. I like to own cars. I like to drive cars, and I like to sell cars and then buy myself new cars so I can be a used car dealer. I own this business because I love to drive cars. I love to buy different cars all the time and learn about them and have fun with them and then move on. Which leads me to this car right here. This is my 2006 Audi S4, which I've already made a video about. 6-speed transmission, all-wheel drive, convertible, V8 in a fairly light car. This car is amazing. They're so good in the snow, they're so fun to drive, and they have tons and tons of power. This car, however, is an absolute headache. Why? This one specifically doesn't have timing chain problems, but this 4.2 liter V8 has wildly problematic timing chain issues. Now, the reason we have timing chains is so the belt doesn't snap. Timing belts snap. Timing belts have to be replaced, right? So let's change it to timing chains to the life of the engine. Wrong, because now you just have bigger problems with timing chains in these Audis. Again, not this one, but this car itself is a huge headache. We have an oil leak when it's running. I don't know why. We have a crack in the windshield. That's my own fault. The convertible top doesn't work because the boot is not open. The trunk is closed. I hate this car. I don't even want to work on it anymore. I'm so sick of it. Let me move on. I love this car right here. This is a 2016 Audi A3 S-Line. 2.0T, so 4-cylinder turbo, automatic, all-wheel drive, super nice on the inside. I mean, this car is so fun to drive if it ran right. They're light, they're quick, they're turbos, they're all-wheel drive. This car is 79,000 miles. I took it to the dealer, the Audi dealer, because it wasn't running right. Like, it wasn't shifting right when I bought it at auction. And I didn't get a great deal on it. I paid like 8 grand. So that's a pretty good deal for 16 Audi A3 with 79,000 miles. But I knew it was running rough. That's why I paid 8 grand for it, thinking, all right, misfire. Worst case, like, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Now, not only is it misfiring, it is not shifting correctly. So I brought it to the Audi dealer and I explained, I'm like, hey, I think this car has an engine and a transmission problem. So they did a transmission service. They said, oh, let's do a transmission service. $1,300 for a transmission service. I drive it. They call me and they go, hey, you're all set. You're good. Take it home. Also, it's misfiring. Do some coils and plugs. It's due anyway. You're good. I drive all the way to the Audi dealer. I get in it. Thing is misfiring like crazy. I go to leave, it starts bucking, like shifting hard, and I'm like, dude, you guys said it's all set with the transmission. And he goes, oh, my bad. So what happens with these cars is if it detects a misfire, it shuts the cylinder down completely, which I actually admire. That's a great idea for Audi to do. Let me explain why. If your car is misfiring, it means the cylinder is not firing, right? But it's still pumping fuel into your cylinder. Terrible for your car. So that fuel injector is still pumping fuel into your cylinder. It's not sparking, so it's not exploding. So it's pumping fuel out of the exhaust valve in through the exhaust, and that is unburned fuel going into your catalytic converter, and it heats up your catalytic converter and it melts the catalytic converter, and then you have bad cats because of misfires. That's why you don't want to drive on misfires. It's a big deal. So Audi shuts the cylinder down completely, which is genius. Cool, Audi, you're engineering, German engineering. Good for you guys. I'm not getting unused fuel into a cylinder. That's cool. Also why it was shifting hard. So it shut down a cylinder, so it's running rough. The whole computer is not detecting things correctly. Now the transmission doesn't know when to shift and shift points. So it wasn't a $1,300 transmission service. It was doing it because of the misfire. Awesome. So I'm $1,300 into this car for a transmission service that it didn't really need. I take it back, I do the coils, I do the plugs. Cheap. Easy, 4-cylinder, everything's right on top, cost me $150 to do the whole thing. Still misfiring, terribly. So now I call the dealer again. I'm like, hey guys, you know, it's a lot of work for me to get a car all the way to you. It takes time out of my day to put a car on the trailer, drive 45 minutes to you, drop it off. I'm there for half an hour, 45 minutes back. It's like half my day to do this. And I did it twice because I dropped it off, then I went and I picked it back up. Now we're still having the same issues. Bring it back, we'll check it out. Bring it back. So now I'm 3 visits there. Then I get a call, hey, fuel injector's not firing, it's not shooting fuel into the cylinders. I'm like, all right, whatever, just do it. Okay, it's $1,300. 1,300 bucks. Every time I go to Audi, 1,300 bucks. It's like a round figure, $1,300 every time you go visit the Audi dealership. They call me a few days later, hey Craig, wasn't the fuel injector, we were wrong. It's something more like in the head. You're gonna need either a brand new head, we don't do rebuilt heads. So I'm like, God. Okay, also, here's your bill for $1,300. So I'm like, guys, no. Absolutely not. Take the fuel injector out, put the old one back in. Not okay. I'm 2 visits in now, I'm not doing it. So they talked to the manager and they kicked it. Like, they didn't bill me for that. But they were seriously going to bill me another $1,300. So $2,600, and the problem is still not fixed on that Audi. Now it's on a trailer today, you'll see it. It's going to somebody else to do the head. So it has a new injector, it has new coils, new plugs, transmission service. It still needs a head. I am way over invested in a 79,000 mile, 2-owner, no accident car that had a warranty up to 70,000 miles. So it just missed the warranty for the engine by 9,000 miles, which is silly. And they had service records on file, meaning the previous owner didn't neglect the car. It was serviced regularly. 79,000 miles, it's having internal engine problems. All right, you may recognize this car right here. This is my baby. This is my Audi A8L. This is their flagship car, as good as it gets. It's long, long. It is incredibly comfortable and luxurious and insanely fast. 4-liter twin turbo V8. This car, I've said in other videos, has the same engine as the Bentley Bentayga, as a Lamborghini Urus, as an Audi RS7, as an Audi RSQ8. The engine in this car is unbelievable. If you say this out loud, twin turbo V8 all-wheel drive. Like, people tune their Mustangs to do that, like to have twin turbos on their V8s, and it's still not all-wheel drive. This car comes standard like that. Same with this car right here. This is my Audi S6, which is so amazing. That one has a ton of problems, which I'm gonna get into in a minute. Let me show you this S6. I got this as a ski rig. This is a twin turbo V8 all-wheel drive, just like my A8, but it's actually a lighter car and it's better tuned. These things, same with these, just a downpipe and a tune will put out over 600 horsepower. It's incredible, the power that's made out of something this small, like a small mid-sized sedan. And I get ski racks on it. Like, this is my ski car up until I got my Audi e-tron just recently. Let me get inside this because I want to show you the interior of this vehicle. Why did you lock? I got near you and you locked instead of unlocking. Look at these seats. And we just got snow. Fake carbon fiber, fine, whatever. But this car, look at these Recaro seats. Now, Audi Volkswagen has always made an incredible interior product. Now, after buying it, the fit and finish of the S6 isn't as nice as the A8L, so I've been kind of spoiled. Those lights will all go off. 61,000 miles on this car. It revs. It sounds way better than a car like this should. And the fact that it is a twin turbo V8 just blows my mind, and it is so flipping fast, like head in the seat fast, and it's not even tuned, it's down tuned compared to what the potential actually is. And I love the interior, the seats, the Alcantara doors, but then you're getting, like, it's a premium plus, it's not a prestige, so you don't have Bang & Olufsen sound, you don't have the Alcantara headliner, so it is not their best S6, but it's still pretty amazing of a car. This car, no complaints. Like, this is the car that makes me love Audi so much. $32,000 for a 16 twin turbo V8 all-wheel drive with 60,000 miles. I don't know what other kind of car you can get for that price with this power and luxury. I like this one. Let's go to the other one that is disappointing me though. All right, here is my other gem that I used to love. I bought this car from Texas because Texas doesn't have salt, meaning Texas doesn't have rust. This, although I like the Recaros and the S6, these are way more plush, way more comfortable. As I'm getting older, I'm starting to appreciate comfort a little bit more than, like, I don't know, Recaro seats. So, heated, ventilated air conditioning, Alcantara headliner, this dual sunroof, sun shades. Watch this, ready? Oh yeah, look at that check engine light on. Okay, watch the rear shades, ready? That one in the back. Okay, see that go up? But not just that. Watch the rear windows. Ready? The rear windows have sunshades on both sides. And they can be controlled by the back window buttons as well. And it's the same button as the window. So if I push this once, it does the shades. If I push it twice, it does the window. Also, the rear center console folds up just like a regular center console. Wood grain, heated seats, climate control, cup holders. And look at how much space there is in those reclining rear seats. So amazing, right? Yes. Well, check it out. We got a check engine light and EPC light on. That wasn't on when I bought this car 8 months ago back in Texas. Now, I bought this over the summer. I have loved this car, but it had a recall. So I'm like, Audi. So I call the dealer, beep boop bop. Hey, Mr. Dealership, I have some recalls on my car. Can I get it in? What's cool about recalls, they'll take care of the work for free, which is amazing. So they did. What were the recalls on this car? This entire stack of paperwork. Turbo strainers, gaskets, seals, and it just keeps going on. And then we do hood lock plate or something, regulators, and they did a fuel line, and they did a water pump, and they did, oh, look at that number. Oh, what do you know? $1,300. I actually did pay for that. I needed a water pump. It was 1,300 bucks. And the records just go on and on and on. This car was perfect before I brought it to them. I pick it up on my trailer because I had to go get it myself. So now I'm another trip there. That would be 3 or 4 trips there now. Yeah, because I brought this there. That would have been the 3rd. So now I go bring it there and say, hey, I'm here for the recalls. They do the recalls. I go pick it up because they say it's done. Now that's my 4th trip. I come back. As soon as I get it off the trailer, it starts misfiring. Like, it has never misfired. I've owned this car for 8 months. Never misfired. I call the deal. I'm like, hey guys, car's misfiring. Oh, bring it back. Oh, okay, yeah, easy to say, right? I just bring it back. So I put it on the trailer. Trip number 5. What am I at right now? 5 or 6? Yeah, something, I don't know. I'm at either trip number 5 or number 6 now to get to them. I drop it off. They're like, oh yeah, it just needs coils and plugs. What? It didn't need coils and plugs before. Why does it need coils and plugs now? Why is it all of a sudden misfiring? I bring it to you, wasn't misfiring. I get it back, misfiring. Now it needs coils and plugs. I'm like, fine, whatever. I'll just do it in-house. We do coils and plugs. Check engine light, still on. So I call them, I'm like, hey, check engine light's still on, and my screen doesn't work. This did work, it doesn't work anymore. I had to get a new MMI display, so this thing right here controls all of this and all of this. So I had to replace this and I replaced this. No big deal. I found them on eBay for like $150 each. No problem to replace, right? For me to get to that part, they had to diagnose it. So when I asked, like, hey, why doesn't this work? They're like, oh, we need to diagnose it. 4 hours at $180 because they said, oh, we have to remove all the dash. I'm like, guys, you definitely don't. This piece comes up, this pops out. I've done it in-house because I've already replaced this. That's how I found out that we need to replace this. I thought I needed to replace this because it wasn't working. So they said, oh, to remove this and diag, it's gonna be 4 hours. So like, it does not take 15 minutes, we had it out. They're like, well, the book says it's 4 hours. We have to charge it that way. I'm like, pull it out in an hour. Please, I cannot spend 4 hours to have you diagnose it. $180 per hour. So they find out it's this. Right here, this MMI piece, $4,000. So I'm like, no, I'll go pick it up again. So I go pick it up. I bring it back. Now I'm on trip number 6, maybe? I get a MMI display, which is this, on eBay, $150. We have it installed in an hour. Needs to be programmed to the VIN of the vehicle. So I call again. I'm like, hey guys. They go, yeah, you need to program it. Bring it back. It's an hour labor. Probably takes 15 minutes, but they charge the full hour. On the trailer again. I'm like, hey guys, the check engine light's still on. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a broken wire. So I fixed the broken wire. So now I haven't driven this car. New plugs, new coils, new water pump, $4,000 worth of recall work, new MMI. I get it back there, 180 bucks. Again, now I'm on trip 5, 6, 7, whatever I'm at. I drive it back to my shop. Guess what? Check engine light still on. Why is the check engine light on now? Camshaft sensor. There is no way the camshaft sensor went bad. Something else went wrong. I'm assuming when all of this stuff was done. So what's my only solution? I'm gonna replace the camshaft sensor here because it's 60 bucks and it's worth my money to spend $60 here than drive it all the way to the Audi for them to tell me it's that sensor. But I know that sensor's not gonna fix it. So I'm still gonna spend $60 on this sensor. Then I'm gonna have to take it back to the Audi dealership to say, hey, this check engine light wasn't on when I brought it to you for the recalls, and it has been on ever since I got it from you guys. And they're gonna go, oh, that wasn't our fault. It's this. And they're gonna give me a bill for probably $1,300 if I'm lucky. So trip number 8, I think I'm at. I'm gonna bring this Audi to somebody who you all might know. German, works on German cars now. If you remember German from here, him and his friend work on engines now. So he hooked up with a guy. German wanted to no longer just do detailing and sales. He wanted to learn how to work on cars. So now he's actually doing engine work. So I'm bringing this Audi to German now to see if they can do the head work for me, which is kind of cool. Now you get to see German. Look at this thing. I just unloaded it off the trailer. I'm revving it at 4,000 RPMs and it's not shifting, which is why I thought there was a transmission problem. It doesn't shift. As soon as I let go of the throttle, it then shifts and then it will move. It's because it's misfiring. Look at the little Mini Cooper S. I know whose car that is. Hey, you mind? I heard your Mini Cooper pulling up. Do you mind if I have the camera on? People haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, I got it up there. So he's got his own shop over here, working with a partner, and they specialize in German cars. So I go in the garage, an Audi engine torn apart already. So I think I brought it to the right place. 2 weeks, we'll find out. So hopefully by the end of this video is finished, we'll have an answer on that car.
1 week later.
It's only been a couple days.
Yeah.
German, the engine's already torn down on that Audi. What have you guys come up with so far?
So it had a cracked piston. By the piston being cracked, it bent valves in there. So you already know we have to send the head out to the machine shop, because by the piston being cracked, you get scratches on the inside of the piston.
Inside of the cylinder wall, right?
Sit in the wall. So that's got to get all redone by the machine shop.
On a 79,000 mile Audi, that was clean.
Surprised.
That's a real bummer. Thank you.